Welcome, folks, to the Ernest Sports Programming Network. This is my podcast. My name's Ernest, and I talk about football, okay? I know it says sports, but I only talk about football because that's the only real sport. Now, those of you that don't know, you're new here, I'm a big Georgia fan. And Georgia's got another school in the state. Not Georgia Tech, not those idiots. It's a new one. Not even Georgia State. There is a school called Columbus. Columbus River Guardians, or Turtles, okay? These Turtles, they ain't got shit on the Bulldogs. Bulldog ripped a turtle in half. I saw it in my yard the other day. My Bulldog, Sweetums, she ripped one in half. I watched it with my own eyes. I would have recorded it, but I think I'd get demonetized, okay? Now, they're about to go up against the River Guardians, or whatever the hell. They're about to play the Bulldogs. And I'm here to talk about their game from last week. Because last week they went up against some FCS school. And someone smarter than me might have to tell me down in the comments. I don't know what the hell an FCS means, but they weren't a very good school. Because they ended up losing to these River Guardians. It was a 7-point game. The River Guardians were beating them by like 20-something. They blew the lead. Quarterback pitched the ball back to the defender, and he scored a touchdown off of it. And then they let the quarterback for the FCS school run for a touchdown. It just wasn't good. And this school, I mean, they're just sad. Their two best players, they got a punter. Ain't nobody punt the ball anymore. You go for it on fourth down like a true American. And then they got a fullback, which I kind of respect, but nobody cares about fullbacks anymore. So you got a fullback, you got a punter, you got this running back who isn't anything. He's going to get stomped by this Georgia defense. We're going to run him over. It's just not going to be a good day for them Turtles. Okay, it's not going to be a good day for them. I'm telling you right now. And I'm predicting that the score of this game is going to be 67-4. That's where I'm putting my money right now. You can match it. Put it on Underdog. You can use my code ESPN230. It'll match you $100 on Underdog. And you can get yourself some good money. Get yourself a brisket. That's what I'm going to be doing with my winnings. I'm going to win this game with the money. I'm going to get a brisket. I'm going to sit down with Sweetums. We're going to eat it. And then on Sunday, we're going to watch the Dallas Cowboys game because I love me some Dallas Cowboys football. Okay? They just extended that Quentin Williams kid. Oh, boy, is he good at football. I like him way more than that Persons or whatever the hell his name was. But anyways, Georgia football, I'm really excited for this weekend. I bet you all are too. Tune in next week when we come back and we talk about the end of this game because, let's be real, it's going to be a bloodbath. Welcome, everybody, to Episode 3 of the Columbus River Guardians Dynasty series here on College Football 27. If you missed the first two episodes, I definitely recommend you go check those out. They're on my channel. You can find them in the description in the playlist link that should be attached in the description, as well as a title card that I'll hopefully remember to put. They were a ton of fun. The first episode, we went over the team, kind of laid the groundwork. Episode 2 was our first game, which, spoiler alert, as you can see, we did end up winning. Kind of just barely. It was a wild one. A lot of weird, funky, crazy things happened, so you definitely want to go check those out, give you a little bit of context for this episode. But in this episode, we are going to be continuing our recruiting. We're going to set our weekly practice plan, and then we are going to take on the Herculean feat of attempting to beat the Georgia Bulldogs, which, as you can see right there, is one of our rivals. We are the Columbus River Guardians of Columbus, Georgia. If you didn't see the first episode, you probably didn't know that. But regardless, this is going to be an interesting one for sure. The last time I did a Dynasty series, we also went against Georgia, and it was one of the last episodes I uploaded because it made me want to rip my hair out. Like, it was bad. So I am really, really scared for this game, if I'm being 100% honest, especially because we're going into Georgia. That makes it even scarier. We're going to be on the road. The crowd's going to be against us. I'm really afraid, but maybe we can squeak out an upset, right? Probably not realistic, but maybe. But before we get into that, before we even worry about playing Georgia, we do have to set up practice and we got to recruit. So let's go ahead and dive into those. For practice this week, we're just going limited across the board. I am so afraid of wear and tear and so afraid of injury that I do not want to risk any of these guys going down, especially because, good Lord, look at that overall difference. 94 versus 59.
I'm in danger.
But for now, we have practice, and we will go ahead and set up limited practice. We lost a lot of composure. That's bad. Ricky Burke, Marquise Wilds, Colin Chase, Von Stokes, Philip Van Roten, who played a big game for us. What else we got here? Okay, that's it for decreased. It's not bad. Increased, tight end 2, Blair Slater, and Conrad Rodenhauser. We're going to see him a lot today, so at least he's ready to rock. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into our scouting. Taking a look at our board here, we have some positive developments. We jumped up to number 2 on Mike Cantwell's list, which is really nice. I really want Mike Cantwell. Like, I can't stress enough how bad I want Mike Cantwell, right? This could be the face of Columbus football for years to come. And right now we're number 2 behind Tulane, who also have offered him a scholarship, which does concern me a little bit, but we are sending the house out and we gave him a big NIL offer. In fact, we could even bump that up a little bit, right? I don't mind bumping that up to 160 because of how into Cantwell I am. So hopefully that will help us out a little bit there. At running back, Carlos Berry, who we have offered a scholarship to, does not have us in his top 9, which is upsetting, but hopefully that will turn around. And then at some of these other positions, we're not looking at any fullbacks or receivers. Tight end, Max Gibbs, I am a little interested in. I haven't offered him a scholarship or anything yet, but he is somebody that I have my eye on. On the offensive line, though, we did offer a scholarship to Marvin Bayer, who was a 3-star gem. I like his numbers a lot. 83 impact block, 77 run block, 75 run block power, 84 strength, 76 run block finesse. Somebody that would be big time for this run game. And then as a pass blocker, high 60s, low 70s, that can be improved. But given the fact that he is a gem, he should have a good development trait. He is a good run blocker. He's somebody that I'd like to bring in a lot. And then at center, we have Morgan Culliver, who hasn't gotten a scholarship yet because we don't have the recruiting hours for it, but I do like his numbers a lot. He's very well-rounded as a blocker. We aren't in his top 10 right now, so hopefully we can get him a scholarship next week and change that. And then on defense, not really looking at anybody here. I do have some linebackers on my board that I plan to scout. At corner, though, Rico Longacre, we jumped up to number 2 on his board. That's huge. Duke is pretty well ahead of us, so we're actually going to bump up his offer a little bit as well. We'd have to go to 70 to get him to very interested, and I'm cool with that. I really want Rico Longacre, I think he would be a huge add for this team. And then also Fabian Nestor, who we are 3rd for. We're also going to bump his scholarship up to 70. So yeah, that should be good. Actually, we'll go ahead and take Longacre down a little bit, because Nestor, I can justify putting his that high given that he is a gem. You know, he's a 3-star gem with 91 speed, 87 change of direction, 84 agility, 86 excel. He would be huge for this back end. And then Morgan Monroe is somebody that I have on my board we haven't scouted yet. We also have a kicker here, Ife Ahedebo, who I did not get to offer a scholarship to yet because, again, didn't have the recruiting hours, but 89 kick power, 83 kick accuracy with silver deep range. That would be massive. Getting him and Conrad as your 1-2 punch on special teams would be very, very big for us. So yeah, overall, nothing too crazy in terms of movement. Really hoping bumping up Mike Cantwell's scholarship will make him more invested, more interested. If we can get him to come to Columbus, I'd be the happiest camper on the planet. But with our recruiting handled, our practice handled, I think it is unfortunately time to take on the Georgia Bulldogs in our first rivalry game of the series. And I'm going to be honest, man, I am scared shitless. Like, I am genuinely terrified of Georgia. They are a 94 overall, ranked 3rd in the country. We're a 59 overall and just barely beat an FCS school. So I think this one's going to be a bloodbath. But hey, you know, maybe we need to be a little bit more delusional. Maybe we can get a good first drive in and I can delude myself into thinking this is winnable. Regardless, though, there's only one way to find out. So let's go ahead and get into our first rivalry game against the Georgia Bulldogs. Welcome, folks, to Athens, Georgia, where we're slated to take on the Georgia Bulldogs for our first rivalry game of the series, our first road game of the series. As we know, we are standing at 1-0, as is Georgia. And as I already said, I am terrified. This team is intimidating. They've got the black jerseys on. We're walking in here not feeling great, but hopefully Brody Suey and the boys can get this thing going. Hopefully we can come out and shock the world and beat the Bulldogs in their own home stadium. I'm honestly scared of their mascot even a little bit. That Bulldog is giving me nightmares, but regardless, let's go ahead and jump into this thing. We're going to be kicking it off first, so that's a good sign. We are going to get the ball at half, and the opening kickoff is underway as we're going to get this one started. Hopefully this will start out as a touchback, and it is, which means the Georgia offense is coming out onto the field. As you can see, Georgia beat us last season 35-0 in our debut matchup. I know I've said it a billion times, but I am terrified of this one, man. So we're going to go ahead and come out here as Gunnar Stockton and the Bulldogs take the field. We've got a lot of players on fire on defense. Hopefully that'll help us out to start, as they're going to complete this one downfield to whoever number 6 is, and he's going to get this ball all the way up to the 40 for a gain of 36 yards. Really unfortunate stop. Tough start there. That is not how you want to start this out on defense. Let's see what they're going to do here. 1st and 10, bring a man in motion. Gunner Stockton clapping his hands, clock winding down. He's going to fake the handoff, drop back to throw, and he's going to dump this one down to number 16, who's going to eat a hit stick and pick up 5. 2nd down and 5 now for the Bulldogs after the short pickup. They are marching. A big gain on 1st down to start the drive, and then their second 1st down, they picked up another big gain as they're going to complete this one short to number 16. Again, Landon Humphreys, 2 for 12 on the day. 1st down and 10 from the 27 after back-to-back completions to Landon Humphreys landed them 12 yards. They're going to fake the handoff, run the screen, and it's going to be incomplete. Georgia is really going at this white boy to start. They really want to run their offense through Landon Humphreys, it looks like. As that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion on the screen, and they're going to run this one up the middle, and that's going to be a gain of 3. B.J. Carswell in on the tackle there, as that's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Bulldogs. Let's see what their plan is here. They're dropping back to pass, and they're going to be incomplete. Richard McAfee in coverage, and that is going to force Georgia to take their 3. Let's see if we can't block this. Nope, we are offsides. Get back. Oh my god, I forgot that was the thing in this game. I went back to play Madden for a couple days and forgot that you can, like, jump off sides on the PAT, or not PAT, field goals, any kind of kick. Regardless, they're up 3, and we're getting the ball. 1st down and 10 for the offense, and this stadium is thumping. I do not like this. So we're going to hand this ball off, and he's going to go nowhere. 2nd and 11 for the offense. We're going to try to run it with Ricky here again. Play art's all messed up. I am not loving this, and we're going backwards again. Ricky with 2 for -3. 3rd and 13 after back-to-back failed runs. At least we're actually seeing the play art properly here, as we're just going to chuck one up to Marquise Wilds and pray. Can we get there? It's going to be incomplete, just overthrown, and we are going to have to punt. Really unfortunate start there, but it's to be expected, you know, and they almost blocked the punt. My God, this one didn't go very far, and we missed the tackle. Oh my God. Bring him down. Good Lord. They're going to get the ball at the 46. 1st and 10 now for Georgia, just across midfield at the 46. Our 3 and out was not great. That is not how you want this game to go, as they're going to hand this ball off and pick up about 3 with Nate Frazier. Frazier now 2 carries for 6 yards on the day, as we're in a 2nd and 7 empty set. We're going to pass commit here. Gunner Stockton ID in the mic. Let's see what they plan to do. We're going to drop back. They're going to dump it down, and the Mike B.J. Carswell is going to bring him down for a gain of 5. 3rd down and 1. Let's see if we can't get them off the field and force them to settle for another field goal here. We're going to bring the blitz. We're going to try to get to the quarterback, make him uncomfortable, and this blitz is going to go nowhere, as Nate Frazier is going to take this one all the way to the house for the touchdown. Tough. That's going to make it 10-0 in Athens with, 4.5 minutes off the clock? All right, 1st and 10 at the 15 after going down 10 early. We're going to try a pop pass here, try to get something going, as we're going to pop this one up to Marquise Wilds, and he's going nowhere. They're just too fast, man. Raylan Wilson in on the tackle, as that's going to bring up 2nd down and 14. Georgia's simply too fast. We just can't keep up. We're going to drop back to pass here, and I did not mean to throw that ball, and it's incomplete. I want to make it clear, I was trying to throw to the tight end, but because I couldn't see the button, I hit the wrong one. As it's going to bring up 3rd and 14, and we're just going to run this ball. Try to get anything going. Ricky's going to pick us up 3. We're going to have to punt again. 3 carries for 3 yards from Ricky Burke as Conrad Rodenhauser. I keep on to say Rosenhauer. They hit the punter. We're getting a 1st down. Oh my God. Okay, return this for whatever. I don't care. You ran into our punter. I'm so excited I can't even talk right now. I'm talking over myself. I'm tripping over my words. But that's running into the kicker, and that's an automatic 1st down. Should be, right? Right? Yes, sir, it is. We're getting the ball at the 30. Beautiful stuff. We get a bailout. Let's try to capitalize on it here on 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. And we're going to hand this ball right back to Ricky. He is the only player to get us positive yards, and he doesn't get us any there. 2nd and 11. We've got a couple, check down options on this play. They're not showing me the right play art, but it's okay. We've got Schlottman underneath. I'm going to try to hit him, and that's incomplete. 3rd and 11. We can't do a damn thing. This is also not the proper play art. This stadium pulse is killing me. as we're just going to dump this one down. And that was another high ball. It gets completed, but that's not nearly enough for the first. Brock Rhodes 2 of 5 with 1 passing yard as we're going to punt this one away and hopefully be able to pin him a little bit. Not really. Can we get the tackle? We missed the tackle. That's going to get him at the 31. 1st and 10 from the 31 for the Bulldogs after another just terrible drive for us. We got a bailout and couldn't capitalize on it. See what Gunnar Stockton's going to do. He's going to complete this one downfield, and that's going to be a big pickup. Isaiah Canyon in on the catch. 1st and 10 now from the 48. We're going to send a little bit of heat here, and hopefully it doesn't end like the last time we blitzed, as they are going to run it with Nate Frazier, and we're able to get in there and stop him for 4. 4 for 48 on the ground is Nate Frazier today, as that's going to get us a 2nd and 6 for the Bulldogs. Literally anything would be awesome. A turnover, a TFL, anything to push some of the momentum in our direction would be nice, as they're going to bring a man in motion and set up the pass. They're going to dump it off to Nate Frazier. We just took the worst angle imaginable. He breaks a tackle, and he's going to get them up to the 26. Stockton is 6 of 8 for 91 yards today, as they're going to be with a 1st and 10 from the 26. We're going to try to take away this check down, and he ran a zig route and burnt the shit out of us. That's 20 yards there and a 1st down. God, this is going to be a long one, man. Going to hand this ball off. Nate Frazier, he's going to get him up to the 2. 2nd and goal from the 2 after a 4-yard run by Nate Frazier. They're knocking on the end zone, and they're probably going to get in on this play, if we're being honest. They bring a man in motion, hand it off to Frazier, and Frazier goes right up the middle untouched for the touchdown. They have more points than we have net yards, as it's now 1st and 10 with 9 seconds left in the 1st quarter. We're going to hand this one off to Ricky, and Ricky gets us a yard. That's going to do it for the 1st quarter. Georgia up 17-0, and again, they have more points than we have net yards. Like, this is rough. This has been a rough one. I'm frustrated, and I already hate this fucking Bulldog. I'm so tired of seeing this fucking dancing Bulldog, dude. 2nd down and 9. We're going to try to drop back to pass here, and I don't know, man. Just pray, I guess. We've got someone wide open. Zach Bodden's going to get us the 1st down. Hopefully he's going to be brought down just short, but that's a gain of about 9. 3rd and inches. I definitely don't want to run a pop pass here. We're going to put Schlotman on a streak, and we have some things underneath. Hopefully something can open up. Schlotman's wide open, and it's overthrown and intercepted. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me, dude? We go to Schlotman here. He had a bunch of separation. If you just throw it accurately, you're going to hit him here. And yeah, he probably gets hit by 26. But it's a 1st down. And instead, we sail it, put it over top of him. Okay. All right. Deep breaths. 1st and 10 around midfield after the interception. And I'm already out of it, man. The wheels have fallen off. I'm tired. I don't want to play this game anymore, as they're going to dump it off to the tight end, and we're going to miss another tackle. Our angles today have been horrible, and I will admit I'm contributing to it, but it's still pissing me off. 2nd down and 7 now for the Bulldogs after the 3-yard completion to their tight end. They're going to fake the handoff here, throw it out to their tight end again, and he's going to pick up the 1st down. Lawson Lucky with back-to-back receptions, giving the Bulldogs the 1st down up to the 38-yard line. See if we can't get a stop, man. They're going to hand this one off to Nate Frazier, and we get blocked at the last second, and he gets 3. 2nd down and 7 after the 3-yard pickup from Nate Frazier. Let's see what the plan is here for Georgia. Could do literally anything. They are having no issues moving the ball as they motion number 16 out. Fake the handoff. Drop back to pass. They're going to dump it off to Nate Frazier, who spins out B.J. Carswell and picks up 4. 3rd down and 3. I don't know, man. It's the 2nd quarter, and I'm already defeated. This is not ideal in the slightest. They're running this play clock. Good God. They're going to move a man in motion. See what the plan is here. They're going to try to cover this up, and he's going down. Jeffrey Batonio in on the sack. His 1st of the season, and that's going to force the Bulldogs to settle for 3. Kick is up, and it's good. That's going to make it 20-0. See, the frustrating part about this game isn't even that we're losing, because, like, obviously I knew we were going to lose. We're 59 overall against Georgia, but, like, we haven't done anything. You know, we have 1 sack to our name as that run goes nowhere. Like, it would be one thing if we were getting blown out, but every once in a while we had a cool completion or whatever. They have just completely stifled us. Like, we have no answers. We run into traffic again and pick up nothing. Go backwards a yard, really. 3rd and 11. I'm in the opposite of heaven. I don't know, man. As we're going to drop back to pass, just dump this one down to Ricky, and he's not going to get the first. That's going to bring up a 4th and 5. I'm going for it, man. I don't care. It's Georgia. You got to get a little crazy to try to beat them, try to do anything against them. If we turn it over here, oh no, they score again. Like, who cares? We're going to throw this one to Ricky, and we're going to complete it. Ricky Burke picks up the first down of the game for the Columbus River Guardians. And that's something. Something has happened. Something always happens, as they say, is it's going to be 1st down and 10. We're going to stick to the passing game here, and hopefully we can get something going. Jeffrey Fritz, can we get a little bit of separation? It's overthrown. 2nd and 10, we're going to try to throw it again. I don't know who Cashman is. I've never seen this guy, but he's got long hair, and that's pretty cool. We're just going to dump it down to Ricky. Run, Ricky, run. Run, Ricky, run. Ricky's going to get us 7. 3rd down and 3 now is the only thing that's worked is throwing the ball to Ricky Burke. See if we can't get another 1st down here, our 2nd of the drive. We faked the handoff, kind of. We've got our tight end. He's going to catch it, and he's going to get tackled. I'm going for it again. I don't care, man. It's Georgia. I don't care. We're at midfield. Call it unrealistic. I don't care. I just want literally anything to happen. So we're going to throw it up to Zach Bodden. It's incomplete, dropped, and picked off. Riddle in on the interception. Riddle me this, Batman. Why do we even try? It's now 1st and 10 from the 41. They're going to run this ball with Nate Frazier, and he's going to pick up 4. 2nd down and 6 for the Bulldogs now. I don't know. I'm so tired. They're just going to hand it off again. Yeah, going to hand it off. BJ Carswell in on the tackle, 3rd and 2. Can we get the stop? Maybe. Maybe. It's possible. We forced them to a couple field goals. Maybe here at midfield we can force them to punt it. As they're going to keep it with Gunnar Stockton. He's got the 1st down and so much more. He jukes out a hit stick and gets all the way up to the 23. 2-minute warning. Fuck me, dude. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 23. They're in an empty backfield. Never mind, they're bringing Nate Frazier into the backfield. We're manned up. They hand it off. And Frazier has a lane with a convoy, and we missed the lane. Just fucking words. I don't know. I don't know how football works anymore, man. First and 10 from the 22-yard line. We're going to drop back to pass here and just dump it off to Phil Schlottman, who's going to get laid out after picking up 4. 2nd and 6 from the 25. Why am I alive? Because we fake the handoff here. We've got someone breaking open. It doesn't matter. We fumbled it. We got sacked and fumbled the ball. They call a timeout. Fuck you, Kirby Smart. I'm trying too hard. We're just going to chuck this up to Ricky Burke and pray there's a penalty somewhere. That's going to be incomplete. Can it please be on Georgia? Nope, it's probably a hold. What is it? It's a hold. It's a hold. Oh my God, I'm about to... No, I can't make that joke. I can't make that joke on YouTube. They will get very angry at me. It's 4th and 19, and here comes Conrad Rodenhauser, the star of the show, as that was a terrible punt. Fully my fault. They've got blockers, and they get up to the 48. 1st down and 10 from the 48-yard line. They're on our side of the field, which is terrifying. Dropping back in coverage here, and that's going to be incomplete somehow, some way. Gunnar Stockton, 10 of 13 with 126 yards in the first half. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the 48-yard line. They're going to hand this one off to Nate Frazier, and he's going to pick up 2. I'm going to call a timeout because I want to try to get this ball back as we are now at 3rd down and 8. We're manned up. Hopefully, we can get a stop here. They're dropping back to pass, and they've got a man wide open. That's going to be an easy 1st down. That white boy is tearing us a new one. As the clock is ticked down under 30 seconds, they run the screen here, and we're going to bring them down inbounds. They call a timeout. 2nd and 6 from the 22-yard line now. I don't know, man. Just don't let them score. They dump it off to the white boy again. 3rd and inches. They're going to go no huddle. This is going to be an interesting one to edit because I don't know how much of this footage is going to be usable. They're going to throw it up, and that's going to be incomplete. Richard McAfee breaks it up. Wish he would have picked it, but regardless, that's going to force them to settle for 3 again, and the score at halftime is only going to be 30-0 instead of 34-0. It's up, and it's good. 1st and 10 from the 17. I'm just going to chuck up a Hail Mary. Here. Marquise Wilds. Be pretty wild if he could catch it and it's picked off. Of course it's picked off. Of course, that's 3 interceptions in the first half. As that's going to do it for the first half. Columbus 0, Georgia 30. Just about what anyone with a brain could have imagined. I mean, this was the most likely outcome. They don't even look like they're breaking a sweat, dude. I'm in hell. We are in hell. I committed a multitude of sins in a previous life, which has led me to this moment, where I have been forced to suffer for an extended period of time playing a virtual version of the Georgia Bulldogs, where Nate Frazier has torn me a new one. 3 touchdowns in the first half. 3 touchdowns. He's averaging 8.3 yards per carry. I think Ricky has 4 yards on the ground, total. But hey, we get the ball at half. So, comeback starts now? If we're going to lose, I want to lose with a little bit of joy. So we're going to run our fun formation here and hope this gets us anything. Did we get a yard? We got a yard. Okay. Cool. 2nd and 9, same formation. We're going to throw the ball and pray. Fake the toss. We're getting sacked immediately. 3rd and 18. I'm just running verts again. I don't know, man. Like, my God. Just going to chuck it up to Marquise and hope. Come on. It's incomplete. I'm going to be totally honest with you. The rest of this game was pretty rough. I mean, the footage was not entertaining. It wasn't funny. It wasn't silly. I didn't get angry. I was just dead inside, and I wasn't giving any sort of good commentary. It was just kind of babbling and groans and complaining, and not what I want to put in this video. So instead, you've been watching the lowlights from the second half of this game, where, like I said, it was brutal. We really got our asses handed to us by Georgia, as to be expected, but there was one beacon of hope that I am going to include in its entirety, so please enjoy the only good drive from this game. 1st down and 10 from the 17-yard line. I don't know why I still have the starters out here. Probably going to end poorly, but I'm desperate for anything, as Ricky Burke's going to get 2. 2nd down and 8 from the 18-yard line. If we complete a pass here, should be last play before the 2-minute warning, as it looks like there's going to be a penalty and an interception. Some white boy picked us off, as he's going to get the ball down inside the 30. It looks like it's going to be a penalty on Georgia. Roughing the passer? Okay. Should be a new set of downs for us. Let's see where we'd be getting the ball at the 33. Okay. 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line after the roughing the passer call. Guess we'll just run a pop pass to Marquise Wilds and pray. Can we get some blocks? We do get a couple, and Wilds is going to get us 4, as that should take us to the 2-minute warning now. Wilds has 2 receptions for 0 yards. 2nd down and 6 after the 2-minute warning. I don't know, this is funky. See if we can't get Burke down the sideline on this one. We'll motion Zach Bodden here. Can we get anything? Fuck it. Marquise Wilds, it's going to be picked. It's dropped. 3rd and 6. We're going to go back to this play that has gotten us some yards today with the tight end dump-offs. See if maybe we can't get anything from it here, as we're just going to throw this one, and it's incomplete. Probably our last time with the football, so I'm going to go for it here. I've done that a lot today. I'm just making decisions out here, I guess, as our tight end's open. That's a horribly overthrown ball, and it's almost picked off. What's the penalty? Is it on Georgia? Do we get a new set of downs? It is. Pass interference. All right, that's a new set of downs. Living by the penalties. Penalties are moving the chains for us because we can't move them for ourselves, as we are across Georgia territory for, I think, the first time all game. Dump this one down to the tight end, and he's going to pick us up 8. We'll run a little no huddle here. Go back to this play. Put Bodden on a slant. Hope and pray. All those things. We're going to scramble here. Come on. Yes. Great block. We're getting a lot of yards. Brock Rhodes getting us down inside the 20-yard line. We're in the red zone for the first time all game. 1st and 10 from the 14. We're actually making progress. This might be the drive of dreams as that one goes nowhere. In fact, we lose a yard. 2nd and 11, we're going to run some slants. Hopefully some miscommunication over the middle will get us an open receiver. We'll block Ricky. Is anything going to happen? Fuck it! And that's incomplete. 3rd and 11. I have little faith that this is actually going to turn into anything. Let's just try not to turn the ball over so I can at least get a field goal, and that's incomplete. No. All right. This is for all the marbles. Trying to prevent ourselves from getting shut out. The kick is up, and it's good. We managed to put points on the board. Columbus has scored some points, ladies and gentlemen, as that's going to get us 3 with under a minute to go. Shout out to the kicker, whose name is escaping me at the moment. Our lone scoring drive of the day, 8 plays, 51 yards, and it was aided by 2 bailout penalties. And with that fleeting moment of happiness, we now return you to your regularly scheduled ass whooping. It is, we sold out against the run, and they still managed to get a couple yards. As that will probably be the final play of the game. Let's see here, they're letting the clock wind down. Will they just let it go? They will if they're not assholes. 2, 1. That's the ball game. Georgia's 54, Columbus 3. To be expected, man. I mean, this one was horrific. Yeah, one-sided hate. It is really one-sided, because I hate these motherfuckers. I really do. Nate Frazier, 14 for 108 and 4 touchdowns. That's a brutal one, man. I don't know how much of that second half is, like what this video is going to look like, really, as a whole, because I can't imagine my commentary was that entertaining. You know, I might splice it, I might do, like, a post-commentary thing, I don't know, but regardless, oh, that was a rough one. That was a rough one. I don't even know that I want to look at the stats. I guess we kind of have to. Let's take a look here at the stats. Columbus, Brock Rhodes was 15 of 38 with 119 yards and 3 interceptions. That is a stat line. Rushing, Ricky Burke 15 for a yard. Brock Rhodes was 3 for 6, and Josh Dexter was 1 for a yard. Receiving, Ricky Burke 4 for 54. Phil Schlattman 3 for 6. Jeffrey Fritz 3 for 31. Blair Slater 2 for 20. Marquise Wilds 2 for 0. Zach Bodden 1 for 8. Who led up our sacks? Mike Trapp and Joel Montgomery. And then defensively, we had a couple TFLs, it looks like. Trevon Denson, Jeffrey Batonio, and BJ Carswell all had TFLs. The former 2 had sacks, no interceptions, obviously. Pass deflections, Philip Van Roten and Richard McAfee. And then total tackles, McAfee was all over the place, but so was Carswell. So, yeah, that was the game. They scored at least 10 points in all 4 quarters. We scored 3 in the 4th. I'm glad we have another year before we have to play them. I'll just say that. We leveled up. I don't know how in God's name we leveled up after such a piss-poor performance. We'll go ahead and upgrade our coach skills. Let's see here. We go to recruiter. We want to add more to quarterback. Increased chance to sway quarterbacks. We'll go for that because we are trying to get Cantwell. And he is currently more locked into Tulane. So we'll go ahead and sim, see what updates we got on our prospects, hopefully on a positive note. And the next episode will be week 3. So I'm going to go ahead and sim, and I'll be back when we find out if there's any prospect updates. So moving into week 3, we do have 2 positive updates. We're number 2 on Rico Longacre's board, and he's dropped to his top 5. And then Mike Cantwell has dropped to his top 5 as well, and we are number 1 on his board. We jumped Tulane. I have no idea how that happened after our piss-poor performance, but hey, you know, I'm not complaining, right? We're in his number 1. Hopefully we can stay there. Maybe he saw how bad we played with Brock this past game and thought, I can fix that. You know, maybe he's got that toxic mentality. And taking a look here at our AD expectations. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. We only dropped down 4% after losing that game. It's Georgia. It was to be expected. So that's something, at least. And we play Maryland this week, so hopefully a much more winnable game. Another rivalry matchup, and we will do that in the next episode, which should be coming out within the next week or so, so make sure to be on the lookout for that. But in the meantime, I hope you all enjoyed this. Please let me know down in the comments below what you thought about this episode. Were you surprised how bad it was? I'm sure you weren't. Let me know any changes you'd like to see to the series, any suggestions, any ideas you have. I'd love to hear them. I want to make this series as good as I possibly can. And this is my first, fully locked-in venture into sports gaming content. So anything that you guys think would spice these up, make them more exciting, make them more entertaining, I would be so down to hear. I would love to entertain it. I would love to hear your thoughts. Also, make sure to leave a like down below if you did enjoy the video, because it helps out the channel a ton. It shows your support. It shows your care. I really do appreciate it. And right now, I need it more than ever, given how brutal that game was. And also make sure to subscribe for more College Football 27 content, as well as NFL content coming your way. The season starts tonight as I'm recording this with the first preseason game. So I'm really pumped. I'm sure you're pumped as well if you're an NFL fan. If you're just a gaming fan, maybe you don't care. But there will be more of that content coming your way. And also maybe some college football breakdowns. We'll definitely have those in the NFL offseason when I'm doing my prospect stuff. So we'll have to see. I'm sure it'll all be fun. It'll all be exciting. You definitely won't want to miss any of it. But regardless, as I said, like, comment, subscribe, all the good things. But above all else, I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, evening, night, afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you. I hope you enjoy it, because you're all wonderful people, and you truly do deserve it.
Had a chance on the throwback. This was an ill-advised throw. What an unbelievable catch by Cole Kmet. And he cups it too. No movement when he hits the ground, tucked up against his shoulder. Wow. Using that